Good morning guys, Rich911 here, doing a quick tank review and comparison between the T95E2 and the STA1. Now you're wondering why? Well, the STA1 you may know is based on an American design for the Japanese military. So here we are with the T95E2 and here we go for the STA1. And I've actually got the STA2, which is very similar but a slightly different setup for the machine gun and different layout for the equipment. So let's go back to the T95E2. Right, we're looking at a more heavily armoured tank with a slightly worse power to weight ratio. And is it just me, or does it look like it's got a little smiley face there? Very happy little tank as far as I'm concerned. Right, so is this worth having a friend of yours introduced to the game and grinding for? Well, I think it actually is. I've looked over the stats and played a little bit, but in this tank review I want to show that it's actually like an STA1 but with armour and a slightly more accurate gun for exactly the same DPM, so the STA1 is famed for having fantastic accuracy and DPM and great mobility. Well, the T95E2 has got this almost identical mobility with the same gun but a little bit more accurate, the same DPM but with really good armour. So that is the reason that I say that the T95E2 is actually really worth getting. So let's call up Tank Inspector and we can have a look and see in more detail what the fine points between the two. So from the turret, you're looking 114, equivalent of 130 mil on the turret, 120 auto bounce, so you're looking 120, 130. Different areas you're looking up to about 300 around the mantle. The sides 195, 170, 200. So you're looking around about 200-ish or just under 200. So guns of more than 200 mil pen to be able to get through the turret. This area at the top for the machine gun port, you're looking at 150. So it is a weak spot. But then you've got some areas that are auto bounce and ricochets, and then around about 80 to 100, 150. So this is a slight weak spot. Looking at the hull, you're looking ricochets, and we're looking at with the 90 mil, so the equivalent gun, one-on-one. Ricochets, so the body of the tank is actually quite good. So you're looking at 140 mil, 110 mil, a little bit of an angle. So you'd say you're looking about 100, 130, 140 mil. But that's an awful lot better than the STA. Let's have a look at the STA. The STA, you're looking 50 mil, 60 mil, basic garbage armour on the hull. Whereas the turret, you're looking areas of 200, 120, so it's a little bit patchy. Around the side, 76. So as you can see from this, even the command's cupola is slightly worse. So every aspect of the armour has got this great big bustle at the back, which the American hasn't got. So you're looking at every aspect of the armour. The STA is worse. Right. There must be something that's different. Why is, same tier, similar tanks? There's got to be something really, really wrong with the T95E2. Well, let's look at the firepower. What you've got is the penetration is down on standard ammo by 45 mil. So you're looking at only 173 mil penetration, which is significant. So if you can judge what you're firing at and realise that that you may not pen, that could be the time to switch to heat, which will then give you 250 mil instead of the 173. So a huge increase by switching to heat when you need it. It's more expensive, but I think it's worth it to give you that extra penetration. Then you get down to the DPM. It's identical. Basically, you're looking at the same gun. It fires the same shells. It comes from the American line. Basically, the Japanese have borrowed a lighter technology of tank with the same gun, but it's using slightly different ammo, so you don't get as much pen with standard, and the special gold ammo isn't quite as good, but it'll give you 250 mil of pen, so that is fantastic. Right, the ammo, you've actually got more, you've got 15 more shots with the T95E2, so you can, in the long battle, deal much more damage than the STA1 can, which is brilliant. Now the shell velocity, comparing the shells, let's go back to standard AP. The velocity, basically you're looking identical. It's the same tank, same gun. Switch ammo to change the penetration if you think you're not going to pen. But 2000 DPM is brilliant. So they're both identical. They've both got 2002.3 DPM. So accuracy, right? Accuracy, according to this, is identical between the two. Fine, but in looking at on the elevation and accuracy on the move, you're looking at the Japanese would be just slightly, according to this, slightly better by a fraction, 0.019, and after shooting 0.0447. So it's slightly more accurate when you're on the move with the Japanese. Right, okay, fine, yeah. But then you come to the gun elevation. The elevation of the E2 is an additional 6 degrees, which is really, really very good. Gun depression, instead of 10 degrees, it's 9 degrees. They're both very, very good. So yeah, the Japanese has slightly more, but they're very similar. So if you're aiming up, the Americans got it. If you're aiming down, the STA's just slightly got it. Okay, fine. Turret traverse, you're looking 10 degrees difference. So yeah, the Japanese, less weight, less armoured turret, can turn around faster. That's a little bit more of the mobility side. Right, the chassis, yep, you got 8 degrees of difference. So the hull will turn faster with the Japanese than the American, but you've got more armour. So that's probably where that happens. Okay, so have a look at the mobility and the power to weight ratio. Mobility, 10 horsepower difference. Right, specific power, 1.5 just over difference. So 15.17 to 16.73. There's not a lot in it, and because of the terrain resistance, the T95E2, playing both the tanks, they feel as though they're just as mobile as each other. Going up and downhill, I feel that they play very similarly, and that's for me. When you get this tank, test out for yourself, but I feel that they're very, very similar, and there's hardly any difference, except one weighs more. So because of the terrain resistance, the E2 gets a bonus, gets a boost, so you can get to places with the armour and the same great gun that the STA can do, and that's why I think this is going to be brilliant for people who can actually get it. Right, looking at the speed limit, you've got more mobility. You've got an additional 11 kilometers an hour, so 56 instead of 45. 45 is okay. It's yeah, not so good. The STA, it was like, right, okay, we'll put up with it. But 56, is really, really good with this amount of armour for a medium. Tier 8, very, very nice. Reversing, it's actually got 1 degree more. Well, 20 going backwards. You've got heavies that can't even do that, you know, going forwards. So let's look at, yeah, this is slightly better, but going backwards, it just has the edge. So you're being fired at by something that may well just pull back, and you're pulling back even faster than the STA, which is really, really nice. Right, the shell prices, yeah, there's hardly anything in it. It's more cost effective to run the gold tank, the premium tank, when you get it. Brilliant. Yep, like it. Right, the shell price to damage, you'll be saving 500 credits for what you earn. So you hit each shot, it's going to earn you an additional 500 credits above what the STA would. Very, very nice. And the operating cost, it says it's going to cost you 620. So basically, 1.5 shots, and you'll be in the money for over the STA. But that's so repair costs and things. It's going to be, well, maximum 19,500 to repair it. Okay, let's have a look at the health. It's even got slightly more. It's only 50 hit points more. Everything has got slightly more health on the modules. Very, very nice. So they'll take more damage. The tracks and gun and the surveying, like the optics, will take the same damage, but everything else takes more damage before it's destroyed, which is really, really nice. So the fuel tank is the same. I mean, so yeah, the engine won't be knocked out as easily, so it'll take 285 points of damage to knock it out, whereas the STA is more flimsy and will only take 260. So yeah, that's really nice. You'll have modules knocked out less. It'll move better. It's according to the main page on the tanks. The E2 is actually slightly more accurate, but I have a feeling they're both pretty much the same. So I've got to test that out, but they feel the same. They both feel very, very accurate, and the DPM is really, really good. Right, let's. I'll show you some gameplay. I'll put that back in. But I think that this is a very, very nice, smiley little tank with great armour, fantastic mobility, and I say that it's really worth getting. So if you see them around, pay them the respect that they're due. I will put up more of a tank review on this. I played a couple of games. First game, I did okay with it, getting used to it. Yeah, up and down some hills, 3 kills, got a 3rd class. Yeah, you know, I'm not the greatest player, but this is a really nice little tank, and I was just getting used to it. So yeah, it's got enough armour, it's got a good gun, great DPM, and when you see them around, fear them, because it's a very, very good balance. And I've a feeling people say that the STA is really, really good. Well, I play it and it is really good, but the T95E2 in my book is even better, purely because it's the same as the STA. It moves the same, but it's got slightly better armour. Well, not slightly, much better armour. You're likely to bounce shots and then be able to get away from situations and move just as well as the STA, but have that better arm protection with the same gun. So I say that the T95E2 is well worth getting if you can get a really good friend that you can invite to the game and play the wonderful world of tanks with you, and help to boost them through it very quickly by platooning, getting all the bonuses, and then for helping them to get to a tier 10, you will get this amazing tank. So I can't recommend it highly enough. I really like this tank, and if you see it, fear it. Think of it like an STA on steroids with armour, and you won't go far wrong in either. If it's on your side, go yay, brilliant news. If it's on the opposing side, look out, because it's going to be spamming shots here, there and everywhere, zipping around the battlefield, up and down hills. It's one to watch out for. It's either one to have or it's one to try and get rid of very quickly. But watch out for this tank. Hopefully you can get it, and hopefully it's not going to be on the opposing team, it's going to be on your team helping you out. So hope this is okay. I'll add more gameplay about this, but I want to get this up as quickly as possible because I really like this tank. So have fun, see you soon, and have great fun on that battlefield. Thanks again, guys. Bye.